Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the SHAC. Are we live? Good morning. Welcome to the SHAC. How's it working? Is everybody here? Come on in. Early to the party. 4 minutes early. Always a good idea. Yes. Let me see. I just need to make sure that the volume's okay. If one of my dear friends could just text me and let me know that the volume is fine, because I've got the microphone right up here. I don't know why I decided I need to wear this dress today. Good morning, come on in. Monday. It's a Monday. Come on in. Yeah, I don't know why I wanted to wear this dress today. I know, because of where we're going. I thought I'll wear something blue, right? And then I realised that since the last time I wore it, I've beefed up a little bit. And so I couldn't, I could barely get in it. So I've squeezed myself into it. Come on in. And then I couldn't get the mic pack, because the mic pack is a substantial lump, right? So wait for it. Okay, you couldn't get a mic pack in here. Look, it isn't, not a chance. You couldn't squeeze an FART in here. Okay, so look at where my mic pack is today. Like Charlie's Angels, and it keeps catching my hair now, but it's okay. I reckon this is the new fashion. It feels like a parachute. Oh, it's all good fun. Come on in. Silly. It's all harmless fun. Welcome to the SHAC. What's the time? Lucy, all okay. Perfect. Come on in. Have you got your bags packed? Are you ready to rock and roll? Are you in a good mood? Have you got your bicycle clips? Judging by the weather, you definitely need a passport, by the way. Somebody said, oh, we're going to Scotland because we don't need a passport. Wrong. Definitely need a passport. You do indeed. And your sea legs. We're definitely crossing the water. Come on in. You know where we're going. Where do you take bicycle clips? I know, without wanting to be too stereotypical. But I thought it'd be really lovely. I love where we're going. So you got your suitcase, you got your bicycle clips, so it's all right. We'll hire a bike when we get there. Or have you got a bike rack on the back of your car? Are we driving? Are we going through the tunnel? That's quite a long drive at the other end. Come on, you know where we're going. All good stuff. Do you know these glasses are so filthy? It is no wonder that I can't see much. Let me just grab a tissue. Let's have a look. How are you doing anyway? Don't worry about me. How are you? How are you? How are you coping? How was your weekend? Not bad? Coping? Some fantastic artwork. Tell you what. Facebook's been flooded, hasn't it? It's been absolutely flooded with beautiful colouring. I've never seen so many ducks in a row in my life. Brilliant. Come on in. It's great to have your company. What a smashing little room this is. You know. Do you know that we've been going, we hit the 50 mark. 50 episodes, 50 chapters, 51. I think this is 52 today. It's like 51 really, because there was one little glitch at the beginning. We did a little tester, which counts, but it doesn't count. So we definitely hit the 50 mark. 50 hours of hanging out together. How about that then? That's substantial, isn't it? 50 hours of doodling, colouring, waffling, laughing, crying. It's all right though. Come on in. What's the time? 10 o'clock. Here we go. Let's start my hair. Welcome to the SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. Come on in. 50 hours we've been hanging out together now. Golly. I thought it would be good just to have a little recap. You see, because I know people are joining us. Some people have got to go back to work. Some people are still hanging out with us. The whole purpose of this, isn't it, is that we hang out together. All you need is a pencil, especially this week. All you need is a pencil and a bit of copy paper, seriously. And then the following week we do colouring in, then we do doodling, then we do colouring in. And I thought, do you know what? When I was preparing what we're doing today, I thought it would be really good for us just to have a recap of how far we've come in 50 hours, you know. So quite simply, what I'm going to do is just take my folder. I won't spend ages on it. I'm just going to take my folder and we're just going to go through it, okay? Because this is what we've been doing since we started. Look at where we started. Unbelievable. Monday the 30th of March. That was our first doodle together. Look at that. We were really in crisis at that point, weren't we? Day 2. Look. Remember the hand? So you drew a tree with a couple of little birds in it. Day 3. This too shall pass. Then we got that border going. Cool. Do you know what really amazes me? That that was the tester. When we look at these images, let the sun shine in, not only do you realise, I don't know about you, but I remember the emotion, the feeling during this period, how far, not only have we come with our artwork, right, but how far we've come emotionally through this crisis that we've been dealing with, you know, with this pandemic. Look, here we go, look, 8 and 9. Do you remember this? We made stamps out of these ones, didn't we? There you go, look. Do you remember the house that Jack built? 10 and 11. We were into April at this point. Oh yeah, that messed you up. Well, I remember a lot of people threw all their toys out of the pram with that one. That was the basket for the hot air balloon. We made a stamp out of this one as well. That was lovely. Nice, that one. Right. But look how the artwork's starting to evolve. Do you remember that one? Cool, that was a doodle and a half. So we're into the 17th of April at this point. And we did that flower. That was a bit of a throwaway, wasn't it? But it was nice. You did it. Do you remember that one with the photo corners and the smile? Yeah. And do you know what's fascinating? Because obviously you get to see these on YouTube because they're all recorded. And so a lot of people are working their way through because they're all recorded, every single one of these little SHAC sessions that we have. Let's have a look. Where did we go then? Now that was one, yeah, it was a funny old mood around that, so I kind of parked it because you weren't happy. Now let's have a look. Do you remember the geisha? Core. That was when we suddenly broke into a whole other kind of art, didn't we? We broke new ground with her. She's coming out as a stamp. Yes, she is. Right, so we've got her coming. Now let me see. So she was rather lovely, and then we started getting into the colouring stuff, didn't we? Do you remember? So then then we got to that one. Yeah, we did. So we spent a week on the nuthatches. A booby of nuthatches, we have learned. And then, let's have a look. Come on in. Do you remember we went to New Mexico? That was smashing. I really enjoyed New Mexico with the dream catcher and the arrows. Yeah, that was a good one. And then, we went colouring again, because then we decided we were going to go postcards, doodles. So then we went to the cock-a-doodle-doo, didn't we? We did a cock-a-doodle-doodle. Spent a week with these two fellas, girls and boys. Right, and then from there, and then I think we went to Africa. That was a fantastic week. What a trip that was, hey? Do you remember the little elephants? See, all the downloads are there for you, all the shapes if you need them. Digital downloads on the website, claritystamp.com. It's all there. Just you didn't get left behind. You haven't missed anything. It's all there for you. Ka salama. Right, and then last week, catching up now, we got to the Mandarin ducks. There you go, Mandarin ducks. So it was interesting for me to have a look at that because I thought, how fascinating. You know, in the beginning, we were doing a doodle a day. And we were saying, right, we did a little flower, we did a little this, a little that. So there were loads more at the beginning, just diverse bits. And then as we got better and as we got more adventurous, we started spreading our doodles out, didn't we? And then we decided we were going travelling because we got sick of sticking close to base. And so whilst we know it's safe to stay close to base, we also decided it'd be nice to have little virtual trips. And this week we're going to Holland. You know we are. You knew that. Come on in. We love Holland. I love Holland. I like the Dutch as well. They're smashing. The Dutch I've met have always been really, really delightful people. Just nice people, good people. Tall. That's what I know. There's a lot of tall Dutch blokes, aren't they? Really tall. Above average, I'd say. So I thought today, we'd start with a doodle of, if I say Holland, you say, what? Come on. If I say Holland, you say, begins with W. Yes! Not clogs. Windmills. That's right. And so I thought we'd start with a windmill, right? It was a little bit technical. You definitely need a bit of copy paper. You definitely need a pencil. And I would recommend you get yourself a ruler. It's good to have a ruler, okay? Because we're in Holland, we're going centimetres. And I like my Pergamano ruler. So I'm going to use that. It's a centimetre ruler. And I'm going to tell you the measurements as we go along. Be all right. It's not hard. It's just a windmill. Let me show you what we're going to do. And then we're going to build our scene. Because we're going to hang out in Holland all week. Are you up for this? Maybe smashing. And then we'll build our picture as we go. But we're going to start with the windmill. And I had a really lovely idea for the frame as well. So I haven't penned it yet. Took a little while yesterday. But if I show you on this camera, let's have a look. And let's get in tight and let's have a look. So there's your windmill. Nice. Looks like a pepper pot, doesn't it? Hold that thought. Hang on, let's go that way. There you go. So we've got our sails. We've got our windmill. Look, we've got a little bit of, this is a watermill. Look, see, underneath. There. This would be nice. And then we've got a border. We're going to put a frame in. Going to do that at the same time. And I thought, just cause, let me just, come on, Barbara, hold it still for Pete's sake. I thought it'd be nice to do some different buttons. What do you think of that idea? Hey? Nice buttons. Different buttons, different discs, different medallions, something like that. And then clogs, we're going to do some clogs, and there's going to be so much going on, right? But I thought, let's start with a windmill. Are you ready to have fun with me? Let's have a look. Right, windmill. Looks like a lollipop. Going to do rope. This is a nice tangle. This one, easy to do. So what let's get started. Enough waffle. Are you good for this? Lucy's in the building with us today. So good morning, Lucy. Nice to have your company. If you have any questions, Lucy's your girl. She's one of the key team players at Clarity, designer, illustrator, and she's the young lady that converts my sketches into your stamps and doodle groovy plates. So there you go, Lucy. You might as well have a look at it now because it's going to be coming your way soon. Right, so what I did was, we're going Dutch. I thought we'd have a look at the windmill and we'd have a look at the, like the size, get the perspective right. There are loads of different sorts of windmills, loads. I quite like this sort of, it's like a salt shaker or a pepper shaker, isn't it? Can you see it okay? Can you see it? Let's do the frame first. I want to show you, let's get the frame in place. If this is why I'm staying out, I haven't gone in tight yet. Let me just show you. If this is the A4 piece of copy paper, right, you want to do a line right from, if this is 5 centimeters basically, the width of the ruler is 5 centimeters, see? So you're going to take the ruler, butt it up against the edge and do a line. And then you're going to do that on that side as well. Right. Okay, let me take this out of the way. So let me just explain it and then you can do it. So it's just to get the perspective and the dimension. So that's that side and that's that side. So you've brought the two sides in like that. And then the top and the bottom, on the ruler, there's a line here, 3 centimeter line. See, it's got the dash all along there. Put that one up against the edge and go that way. and do that at the bottom and at the top as well, and that will give us our frame. So it's 5 in, it's the width of the ruler from the sides, and it's that line there, like so, from the top and the bottom, and that will give us a nice framework to work around. Right, should we do that first? Come on then. Right, come on. Don't worry about the wind. There. So we're going to go lightly. You don't need to, I'll press a little bit harder so you can see what I'm doing, but you don't need to press that hard, okay? Like that. It's just it's a, what pens? 5B. I thought that was a little bit on the dark side. I thought, blimey, that's dark. Right, turns over, starts again. HB's better. It's not quite so dark. That's it. Thought, now I've seen it all. Actually, do you know what? Perhaps that's what I need to do for you, is take the really dark one so you can see what I'm doing. Of course. It'll rub out anyway, she hopes. There you go. I'm using a really soft pencil, 5B. B for black. Right, there you go. So we'll do that, do that, do that. And that's our frame to start with. Right, now let's get the frame sorted out, because then I also want to put a little, let's just concentrate on the outside just for a minute. Don't worry, we'll get to the, you see here, see that lovely rope along there? Well, on the inside of what I've just done, I'm going to make another little line, and this is where you decide how wide you want your rope to be. So to be honest, I've done it like a smidgen. That's all I can say really. If you do it just a little, is how thick do you want your rope to be? I'm just going to make 4 dots like that. I can eyeball that. Just make 4 dots in either corner, and you can decide now. This is where you get to pick how wide your rope is. If you want 1/2 centimetre, if that gives you comfort, then do 1/2 centimetre. Okay, so you're going to do 1/2 centimetre. Yeah, that's quite a lot, isn't it? Grey. I might do it a little bit wider than I've decided. Right, there you go. So just come in like that. This is going to be your rope or your cord, and then you need another, excuse my head, you're just going to make that edge in there too. So let's just do this, get this out the way, you see, and then you know. So what I want to do this time is, rather than wrap flowers or vines or something around, I thought it would be nice to do a proper weave, and then perhaps we can always, like I've done, you know, put buttons on it or clasps or pegs or anything, can't we? Yeah? So that's the first thing. And now let's have a look at where the windmill is in relation to the picture. Got it? How are we doing? I'm not going too fast, am I? Hey? It's all right. It's only Holland. It's only a pencil and a bit of paper. No stress. Come on, smile. Smile. Let's not panic. I can feel it. Come on. Easy street, this is. Easy. It's all about, you do need a ruler though. Let's have a go. Just chill. There are no experts in this building. Do you remember? No judges, no experts. It's just you and me. And we're brilliant. We are. We're brilliant. You watch. Our windmills are going to be brilliant. So are our clogs. So let's do this. Let me just give you some dimensions. I think this is a good idea. If you get the picture, because I had to look it up. I don't know. I mean, I've seen plenty of windmills, but I'm no windmill expert, right? So I looked up, I thought, well, what do you call these? What are these called? Well, so let's have a little bit of education around windmills. First of all, these are called wings, and the bits off it are called sails. That makes sense, doesn't it? So this is the wing. There are 4 of them, and this is the sail. I like that. Now, this is interesting. From the tip of the pepper pot to the bottom there, right, it's 5 centimetres, which is exactly, look, your ruler. See? This is easy. So that means you make a little mark there and you make a little mark there. That's your pepper pot within that ruler. Okay? That's it. That's handy. That's handy, she said. Now, this is interesting as well. So then we'll do that, right? So that's your pepper pot. The thing is, though, that the wings are 5 centimetres too. See? So when you do that, look, your wing's 5 centimetres. So that means from that end to that end, it's 10 centimetres, right? From there to there. Interesting. And of course, they're at 90-degree angles. So my suggestion is, right, we're not going to do the bats, we're not going to do the wings before we do the pepper pot, but we need to make sure that the 10 centimetres for the wing, if you just do that there, like that, just to give you a rough idea, if that's going to be your let's say that's going to be your 10 centimetre stretch, isn't it? From the middle, I'm just giving you a clue here of positioning, right? So if that's going to be your 10 centimetre bat there, or your wings or your sails, then the 5 centimetre spot is the rotating place, isn't it? That's the middle. That's the middle. You got it? So that's 5, 10. Make a mark in the middle. You could even make a little mark like that, just so that you know it's there. It's not. You don't have to press too hard, but it just gives you a clue, doesn't it? See. So if that's your one of you, you could even put the other one in. Now this is where this ruler comes into its own, right? So if that's the centre, see, I can take that line that I've drawn there, and I can line it up with the grid on the ruler at numero 5, like so. See, and then I know that I've got the right angle because this line here lines up with this, see, underneath. Then I can go, right, so that's my 10, 5 into the centre and out there again. And straight away, we've already got our windmill, so to speak. We've already done that bit, right? Bit tight, but that's okay. It's cool. So now we know that that's that. Got it? And if that's that, then that means the pepper pot is going to be here, right, like so. That's the top of the pepper pot, like that. Do you remember? Now I'm going to get in tight for you so you can actually see what I'm doing. We've got the measurements sorted out now, the dimension. Now I can come in really close for you. You see that better? Right, let's have a look. And maybe I'll press hard. So I've already got my loveliness sorted. Now, can I make a suggestion? Because don't forget, we don't want to rub out loads and loads, right? So this is going to be behind your windmill, your sails, aren't they, or your wings. So let's get the shape right. Everybody all right? Happy? Good. Now, if that's your spot there, do you remember I said that the windmill is 5 centimetres from top to bottom? So make your mark like that, and then you know that's how much room you've got to play between the top of the pepper pot and the little house there. That's all you've got. It's not that much really. It's quite a fat little windmill. Yeah? I wonder why that looks so crooked. Barbara. That'll do. Okay, so that's my room for play. So now I'm going to put my pepper pot in. Now the thing about windmills, you can make them round, you can make them hexagonal, you can make them octagonal. I've gone with 3 sides on this side, right? So I'm assuming that there'll be 2 down the side and then 3 around the other side. So in actual fact, it's got 1, 2, 3, and then it'll have 2, so it'd be 8. It'd be 8-sided, octagonal, this one. Otherwise it would be a little bit, yeah, definitely. Otherwise it would be more like that rather than like that. Okay, so let's do it logically. It'll be fun. So what we want to do now is make sure that this bit is in the middle of our pepper pot, the top part. So if that's there, then we're going to make a line there like that. Let's just make a line like that. Don't worry about the wings. That's your line where your divider is. Okay? And then you've got 1, 2, 3. So you can use these lines actually to help you now. Let's just say that that could be about right. Yeah? And then down here, so from here it's going to be, don't forget though that this is, the house has got to be down here, so there's a door here. So actually the pepper pot, the shaker part, it only goes to about there. It stops at about there, right? Look, it's only this bit here. You've still got to allow for this bit here. So get the shape in. It's really good to get the shape in. If this is the top here, then you're going to come out a little bit further on this. There you go, like that. Let's just try it, and we're going to put a kind of a curve in like that. In a minute you'll go, no, I think I want it to be fatter, right? And then you're going to come in here, and this is going to be the side. So you've made a little slant like that. Make a little slant. It's all right. Maybe you're doing this in rough, are you? And then it's going to come down like that, like so. There you go, look, so you make a little slant and then it comes down like this, like so, see? And then you can, already you've got it. It looks like a lampshade or it looks like a pepper shaker. There you are. So you've got your basic shape, see? And what I've got is a little slant there on this side and a little slant here, just to give it a roundness. So on this one, where it's straight, you see at the moment it looks a bit more like a lampshade, doesn't it? There you go. Ha ha! You didn't know we'd go to Holland and learn how to draw lampshades, did ya? There you go. Perfect. I've got one of these old lamps. Right, so now what we're going to do though is just bring this angle down a little bit. Not much, just a little bit, but it will change the look. You watch. So get your rubber out. Cool, we're glad they arrived, aren't we? Right, so now we've got our windmill, and then the bit that makes it look like a windmill is the top bit. So then just do that, round that. Actually, I want to make it a bit taller. Scrap that. I want to make it a bit taller. First of all, we need a little balcony, right? Because you've got to use your imagination here. Right now, here, what we need is a little balcony. Don't worry about how they get out there, okay? But if they need to do any repairs, obviously they've got to walk. It's got to be somewhere. You know, they're not going to put a ladder up the outside, are they? So we'll make a little balcony for them, okay? Like that. How you doing? And then health and safety, we'll make some health and safety. These are railings. Okay. There we are. Who says? So we've got our, I need to put railings in mine. Barbara. It's a little bit busy, that's why I didn't do it. Okay, so we've got health and safety, and then we're going to get the old dome going here, right? So up it goes like that. All right, that was a little bit extreme. Yeah, okay. They're all different. That'll do. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Windmills, beautiful things, aren't they? The oldest windmill, I'm going to let you catch up now. The oldest windmill in Holland was built before 1450, prior to 1450. It was a long time ago. How are you doing? Not happy with that. I might move these. I feel that they're in the wrong place, but that's okay. That's why we did it in pencil. I feel now I've done my pepper pot. Really, that just means that you get away from the edge a little bit, see? But I feel that this centre needs to be there. I had it too low. You know, you'd come out the little door here and it'd take your head off as it's coming round. So I think it's not, whilst this is not a feat of engineering, I think we ought to at least consider the poor windmiller, okay? Right, so we've done that. And then that's it, it all pivots on this one, the big screw. And then, now I'm happier to put me, yes, okay, now I'm happier to put my sails in. 10, 20, yes, much better grey. Right, we'll pop that one in there, 14, all right, we'll go with that one there. That'll do. So that's 19 to there, and then it'll be 9 to there. Okay, that's more like it. Good. Have you got this bit in? Everybody happy? This is going to be such a good week. Windmills, clogs, tulips, tiptoe through the tulips. I listened to Tiny Tim the other. Did you remember him? What a nutter. Right, hang on, let's finish this job first. So now we've got we'll worry about the sails in a minute. We've got our pepper pot. Now we need to put a little door and some windows, because obviously right now this is the technical bit. We also want another little, so come in a little bit on the sides now, because it just looks more attractive if you do this too. And also this is the way this comes out, this fans out. For good reason, I'm sure. Right, so we've done that. That will come round like that a little bit. Bring this out like so. Right, that's going to be our base where you're going in. Right, so we'll give this a go as well. This could be round, but I reckon that'll work. There's the front, there's the sides. Yeah? Everyone's a new one. And then, so the windows, I reckon they're going to put the windows in, but underneath. Right, so we put a pair of windows in. Give yourself a frame as well. Don't forget, we're going to pen all this. We're just doing this with pencil first. I'm going to crisscross it. Yeah, nice. Okay, door at the front. We'll put a big door in. Only because you never know what you've got to actually, you know, bring out. Best to bring a big, double door. There we are. Because you don't know what you've got to bring out. A single door, and then you've got to shift a lot of hemp or grain or cocoa or whatever is going on in your windmill, in your mill. Because mills, they used to have mills for all sorts of things, not just, you know, I looked it up. It was fascinating. Do you know that in the 17th century in Holland, there were over 9,000 mills. And they used to, and as millers, they used to, you know, they used to grind or crush or, and they used to have mustard, hemp, grain, snuff, chalk, cocoa, oil, sawmills. That was a big one, sawmills. Paint. I mean, they used to do so much with air and water, with wind and water. It was amazing. Right, so now you've got your door, you've got that bit, and then the next thing we want to do, I think, we'll put the bats in. I keep calling them bats. We'll put the sails in, the wings, these bits. Shall we? And then we'll sort this out afterwards. Is that okay? Yeah? I'm using an H. When will I get the pencil right? I've got H, HB is the best one. General, softer. Yeah? HB is better because it's easier to rub out. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is our bats, our wings, our sails. Everybody all right? You can always just chill and watch and sort it out afterwards, but it's actually, it's okay. This isn't so difficult. Let's have a look at the bats. Barbara. Let's have a look at the sails, and then when we've looked at the sails, we'll look at the sails, the wings and the sails, the wings and the sails. Barbara Gray. Right, so these are the wings. So first of all, we're going to make a double edge. So just from the centre, come out and make the wing. So do that underneath the line you've already done. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to rub out a little bit here, because in a minute I'll be glad I did. Right. So I'm just going to come in here. That's the wing, and we're just going to come through and add a little bit of stability. Yeah? So turn your artwork, and where your bit goes through like that, I'm going to make my wing like that. That'll do. There you go. And then the fourth one, always underneath. If you've got any windmill engineers in the building, forgive me. This is art. It's not a blueprint for a windmill, all right? Okay. Got it. And now we've done that. Now we want to bring we've done the wings. Now we're going to bring what we call the sails in, these bits. Yeah, because if it's going to go round, see, so first of all, if you have a look, we're just going to make another piece like that with a line in between for stability. Okay. Let's do this one first. So as far as how far do you want to go? How far do you want to go with this? How thick are your paddles? How deep are they? Where I went about 7, as I remember, I did about 7 millimeters. So you can make your sails as wide as you like now. I'm going to go 7 like that. That's going to be the width of my, because I didn't want to obliterate my actual building, right? And then there'll be a dot in the middle. There you go. So I'm going to go in as well. This is the only point where you've got to do a little bit of measuring really, or a little bit of marking up, just so that you know that it's in the right place. So then that's going to be coming from there like that. Okay. And we'll turn it round and we'll bring the sails in like that, and then in the middle line as well. There you go. Bingo. First one's in. And we're going to do that for the other 3 as well. Cool? Come on, it's not hard. It's all right though. This is good. Good. It looks so nice when it's done. So then we're going to go that one, 7 in the middle. I had such fun doing this yesterday when I worked it out. I really did. So then this is going to be here like that. And that's going to be there like that. Okay. Turning, turning, turning. Everybody happy? This is a great place to hang out, you know, on a Monday morning. We had such a busy evening on telly yesterday on Hochanda. Linda's new groovy plates, they blew the doors off. You know, the It's a Wrap ones. I don't know if you were watching, but golly, it went boom. And we were so grateful. We were so happy and so grateful. It was high time that we had a big sellout like that and a big result. We were really very, very happy and grateful that you liked them. We knew you would because, we've spent a long time preparing for that one. But yeah, brilliant it was. So it was nice to come in here today and just spend an hour with you in Holland. The old home of Pergamano, actually. Yeah. Right, see? That works. Mine's in place. What does yours look like? Is it working? See, and it's all going round. I mean, it's a little bit, wouldn't want it to be too windy. But that's all right. We've got it in place now, and we've got our building. That's in, see, it's going to be in the background. Right, okay. Big nut in the middle there. Right, and then what we're going to do, and I found it easier just to do this by hand, just to go through like this. Come on, we doodlers should be able to do this in our sleep. So then you're going through now, and you just, where's my Dame Edna's? See, there comes a point where I suddenly think, hang on, I need my other glasses on. That's better. Okay. So we just pop these in, like that. Down we come. It starts to look real in a minute. You watch. Everybody happy? This one. Cool. And then during the course of the week, we can build up our lovely scenery, and we can learn about Holland. Just pretend we've gone there for a week. We went to Japan, went to New Mexico, we went to Africa, and I thought, you know, I think it's time to go somewhere in Europe. And see, as soon as you do this, don't you find it's so, gosh, there's nothing like it. You've got to focus on what you're doing, of course you have, but it's such a relaxing thing to draw. What do you find more relaxing? I mean, I know when we're using pencils, this is what we know, isn't it? When we're designing, like now, we're illustrating and designing and we're doing the layout, we know that we have to focus really a lot. And so while we're doing this, we're really concentrating on getting the wings the right length, getting the pepper pot looking right, making sure the doors will open. Yeah. And then tomorrow, when we pen this, see, that's when we can relax. Because all we're doing then is copying what we've done. And that's such a different ball game, isn't it? How's yours looking? Is it cool? Does it look like that? How's it looking? Pretty basic, isn't it? But we're going to have some good, it's going to be great when we do this. Right, so now let's have a look at the next bit. And what we'll do now is we'll make it logical. Because when I was looking at this, right, this is the designer in me. I was thinking, well, I'm not sure about this, right? Because if this comes round, it's going to whack the ground really badly. It'll only go that far, and then it'll be like, and it will hit the ground. So I thought, no, we're going to have to modify this. The wings are so long, right, unless they're coming out of 45 degrees, which would make them particularly ineffective, right? If you imagine they're like cones coming out of... What I was thinking was, hang on a minute, so if this is going to just whack straight into the ground, or it's got to come into a dip. And then I thought, right, I need to do a bit of research on this, because I'd looked up the length of the sails, and I'd looked up the length of the actual house, and it was exactly the same, right? So in other words, it was, where did I write it down? And I thought, yeah, this is even worse. So 64 foot, right, look at this. And I thought, how's that work then? Even, I'm not a builder, but I could work this out. If this is 64 foot, right, and these are 34 foot, then that means that this is just going to go digging into the ground because it's longer, isn't it? Than if that's 34 foot and this is 30, if this is 64 foot, there's no way that it's just going to go like that. So I thought, right, okay. What we've got to do then is scoop this out a little bit here, right? So, are you ready? So what we're going to do is here, we're going to make a little barrier so that when you come out the door, you don't fall straight into the water. And then there's going to be a dip so that as this comes round, watch, it will come round like that. And when it comes down, see, it doesn't matter that it's longer because it's going to come down and there's going to be a hole in here. See, look, it goes like that. And then as it comes down, it goes like that. See, and then it doesn't matter, does it? In fact, it probably should be longer because it probably wants to. No, that's fine because it's the wind. Right, like that. Okay. So what we want to do now is make a little, like that, like a little mound. Let's call it a mound. And that's going to be the ground. The mound is just above the ground. Just give it a little bit of a mound, right? And then what we could do, if you wanted, you could put the fence there, or you could even bring the fence down a little bit. I elect to bring the fence down a little bit so that we don't spoil all the front bit, right? So we'll bring the fence down like that, and we'll have, again, health and safety, right? So we'll make these little, let's just do this now, all the way along here, like this, little posts. Let's do this. It's all right. I've got a plan. So we've got the posts, like that. Just put them in there for the minute. Right, and then this is going to, so you've got to sort of imagine it. Then this is going to come down like this. Under here, there's a great big screw. Like I can't even pronounce it. It's called an Archimedean screw, right? So in here, there's a screw and it turns the water. Right, so under here, there's water running through. So do that there. Let's just get the shape in. This is coming down like this to the water. This is coming down like that to the water. This is all construction. See? Bricks. And then in here, so we'll do that. We'll bring this down. I might make that a little bit more natural looking because that's actually going to be a grass verge. Right? So it comes down like that. That's more like it. And it comes down like so to the water's edge. Then it goes up like that, and then it goes up to the grass verge. Do you know, when Dave and I were in North Germany last year, we went to see my birthplace in Zande, and we actually found a place. Actually, that needs to come more like that. We found a windmill with a big Archimedean. It was just in the little village next door. It was amazing, right? And I studied it, and Dave and I, we were climbing around. There was not a soul to be seen, right? But what was fascinating was that there was this huge, like I'm talking massive, great big screw in here. And you could see that there were security, there was fencing up like this. And these railings, right, that were coming down like that. You couldn't get through there, and they went right down in below the water. If this is the water, you could see them underneath the water, right? It went right down into the water. So this is all water here, see, if you can imagine. Let's just do that for the minute so you understand. And then you've got, so then around here, for example, we could put some really nice brickwork in, like so. It's a fantastic construction, a windmill, isn't it? Let's do this. Let's do the bricks. You know, the ones that kind of splay out a little bit as they go round. There you go. So we'll just put the brickwork in, like that. Nice. That'll work. Doesn't that look real? How's yours looking? Happy with it? So we've done that bit, see, and we've got our safety, health and safety, across the back there. We also probably want to put these are safety barriers as well here, so not everybody can just walk round. We did have to climb over them to get to see what was going on. Right, so we've got our little posts here. Now we need bricks in here, don't we? We've got to have bricks. So bricks are easy. Now be realistic though, because if you look at the size of that door, then you know the bricks are going to be pretty small. I mean, my bricks are quite big here, but that's okay. They were using breeze blocks then. Okay, so what I mean is, you don't want to make them too big or they'll look really weird. So let's just do stripes like that, all the way up, quite tight. Okay, and on this side, great brickwork. Okay, be lovely when we pen it. You wait, it's going to look fabulous. And I would say, right, without wanting to put too fine a point on it, stop there. Okay, so we've got our bricks, and then to do your bricks, you know, all you've got to do now is every other, you know what bricks look like, alternate, don't you? So you go in the middle, then you go in that one, then you go in that one, and you just start building your brickwork. If only it was this easy, eh? Look. So we just put our bricks in. Fantastic construction this is. You know, I said in the 17th century that there were over 9,000 windmills in Holland. How many do you think there are today? 900. 900. That's a shame. They're amazing constructions. We've got them down here in Kent. They're not just in Holland, are they? But I think from an association point of view, when you think of windmills, when you think of Holland, you think of windmills, don't you? Don't you? I do. Straight away, clogs and windmills and tulips and Amsterdam. Right, I'm going to sort that out in a minute. That looks a little bit too flimsy. Right, let's have a look at this now. I want to look at this area here. See if we can have a look. See if we look at the... How's yours looking? Are we getting there yet? Not bad, hey? Not bad. But I want to make sure that little fence around the outside, that it's a little bit more secure. Because at the moment, all we've got is... Let's have a look. I've got an idea for this. This is going to make a really nice doodle. So what we'll do is we'll bring it down over the edge like that. Do that. That's why I left that bit blank, right? So bring your posts down over the edge. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use huge bolts. I mean, I don't know if the windmill police come in, I don't know. I have no idea. We're going to use great big bolts through here because I think that will look quite good, right? These are big steel bolts. They go straight through. This is not moving. And then what we'll do is, just to make it look more attractive and to make sure, there you go, we're going to put a lovely fence across like that, a crisscross one, so that it's obvious that you can't go that way and fall in the water. Health and safety. There, like so. Doesn't that look nice? See, and then you put a little bit of shade in there. You know, we're getting so good at this, aren't we? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Hey, there you go. Bingo. How's that looking then? Is that a good one? See, and then when it comes to this bit round here, when we go to pen it tomorrow, and we'll do it together, when we go to pen it, we're going to put what's at the front in first, aren't we? So we'll do our wings and our sails first, and then we'll weave our the mill part into the background. Because I was thinking this would probably look really amazing, you know, like whiteboard, weatherboard, like really white. Like if you did this, we've got this on the front of our house. You know, like the old houses that they have the whiteboard. See, I've seen her. See, and then that'd go through the back like that. I'll have to figure out a way to do that so that it doesn't... See, and then when it comes round the side here, it doesn't have to be like the house that Jack built when we did it with the cedar, with the shingle. We actually made it look like a... You could, couldn't you? I'm thinking that probably it'd be so fine and so far away, you probably don't have to actually affect the side. But I mean, I'll have a little play and I'll let you know what I think. See? So we've got that lovely angle going there, haven't we? Hey, what do you think of this idea? It's quite a good way to do shadow, isn't it? See? And then when you get up towards where the wing is and the... See, now what we're going to have to figure out is you can see that bit, and this is going to be there as well, but it's going to be lighter. So I don't know, we might have to... Otherwise it's going to be a lot of inking, isn't it, in there? We might do that with pencil. What do you think? We could have a look at it. I'll have a little play before we reconvene tomorrow. Yeah? Let's have a look. We've got 10 minutes. Right, how are you doing? Shall we? Yeah, come on. Shall we do one more thing? Right. Have you got a 5p piece handy? Have you got a 5p piece? Do this. I'm going to rub out this. This is going to be where I go. This is going to be my first little decoration. Let's do something different. Right, we'll go like that. Pop that in there, like that. And then I'll draw around a 5p piece or whatever that's about that size. Yeah? Boom. Right, that's that one sorted. And then what I want to do is I want to make like a little plaque or something. Just a pretty little plaque, something. We're going to do several of those, not just one. But let's just get this one going. You know, like you can get brass, like brass buttons and what we want to do is, I would say, we'll do little round, sometimes you get coins, don't you? And they've got these, just do little round circles round the outside. This won't take long. So we're going round the outside of a 5p piece to do this. Is that cool? Easy. And then, that'll do. See? So I've done my beads. These are little metal. These are little metal, so I might have a little bit of a shine on them when we do them. And then what I've done is I've made like a filigree on the inside. So there you go. So you can go like that way, maybe that one that way. Just build them up a bit like that. I might redo that. And then we're going to put leaves in. They're like engraved. Oh, hello, Barbara. So we put our leaves in. Oh, yeah, not bad. So we've got our leaves. See? You may want to redo this. I'm not keen on that little fella there. I might have to rework that one a bit. See, the magic of working in pencil though, isn't it? So now I might come back around there a little bit more. Give this one a little bit more of a filigree. There you go. Gave him a bit more space. And then the leaves, you see, we're going to put the divide in. And then I'm actually going to put the veins in the leaves as well. So I might make them a bit bigger in a minute when you all go off and do your thing. See, if it's bigger, bearing in mind we've got to pen this, that's a lot easier, you know, guys. Yeah. Right, make the leaves a bit bigger. Otherwise it's not going to be so easy in a minute if you do. And then we put little dots in, fill up. And this is a lovely little, whatever it is, little coin or a, yeah? I've been watching too many pirate shows. There you go, Poldark. See, stash. So we're going to make little coins and things like that. And buttons and things. Trinkets. And then on this side, come on, we can do this because you can do it all the way around if you fancy it. What you're going to do to make this coil, this rope's easy. See this rope, right? The rope. Let me show you. You go like that. On this, that's where you need two lines to go to. And you start here and you just curl over like that. Then you go back in here. Let me see if I can put this on a, yeah, maybe you can see it better there. Let me show you. So you go there and then you go there. So you always go halfway down. Look. Take your time. So when you go from the top, let's have a look if you can see it better from the top. So you go from here, right, from there, you go up to the top line and then you come down. So you go up to the top line and down, up to the top line and down. And then when you turn around, you see you've got that. And then what you do is you just bring this side in. So you just tuck it in like that. Just tuck it in like so. And then before you know it, you've got that lovely rope. And when we do the shadow, see, that's when you're really going to see how it works. So that's, if you feel inclined today, if you're in the mood, you could go all the way around, do the whole frame like that with pencil. Don't worry about any ink today. Don't worry about ink today, because if we had any little plaques or trinkets or memorabilia around the outside, or clogs or tulips, but it would be nice to have the rope already in place, wouldn't it? There you go. How did that go then? Can you believe that was a whole hour again? I really, really like the windmill. I think I can already see where we're going with this. You're going to love it. And so you've got a whole day now to fiddle around with your sails and your wings. And the whole idea of the SHAC, if you're new to us, is to get out of your heads and stay with your hands, and not get isolated and worried. And all the time you may be getting frustrated. Oh, 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters, I'm an inch woman, blah, blah, blah. All the time you're focusing on your artwork and on what you're doing and what you're making. You're not worrying about all those things that make you anxious. So it's a real effective, mindful process. And today, you'll find this tomorrow. Today is always going to be the more challenging day, because it's the day we're laying down the design. The best part for me, the real relaxing, where you can it's almost like a meditative state, where you go in tomorrow with your pens, or your biros or whatever you've got, right? And when you go in and you trace over your design and you create the line art, the black work, that's really when you can really relax and chill. And what we usually do is we do challenging, then we do a bit more pencil work, which means here we go, concentrate, and then we relax, then we concentrate, and then we relax. So it's great. I love it. And I hope that you're up for this week in Holland. Loads more to do, but it's already 11 o'clock. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a fantastic day. And I shall see you. Thanks, Lucy, for all your help. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for keeping me company, because that's what this is all about, just hanging out together with a bunch of mates every day, Monday to Friday at 10 o'clock. It works for me. Milestone, 50 hours, 10 weeks. Week 11 we're at, week 11. And as long as you keep coming, I'll be here. Okay, lots of love to you. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Bye-bye now.